Few gaming series are as well known or as long-running as Final Fantasy. The majestic RPG games are universally loved, and the series has produced large number of the best role-playing games ever. Unsurprisingly, the announcement of the next Final Fantasy game is a big deal, and Sony knew that when it revealed the game in late 2020 as part of a PS5 showcase. As you can already know, the first trailer for Final Fantasy XVI did not end with a release date. Thankfully, we received a second trailer in early June 2022, which confirmed that the game will be released in summer 2023, giving us a time frame to expect it. We also know a lot about the game's creators. It's being produced by Naoki Yoshida and directed by Hiroshi Takai, both of whom were instrumental in the rebirth and renewed success of Final Fantasy XIV, the online game that's still going strong today. Their success appears to have landed them the most important job possible: steering the ship on a new mainline game. On the platform front, we have a little more clarity, as we know that the game will be a PlayStation exclusive, at least for a time, and will be released on the PS5. There's a chance it will work on the PS4, but we wouldn't bet our house on it. We'd expect the game to be available on PC soon after its release, but whether it will be available on Xbox is a little more difficult to predict. Skipping Xbox entirely would be a bold move, so we expect it to appear on Microsoft's next-generation consoles after some time, most likely after a year. Unfortunately, it is becoming increasingly common for major releases, we wouldn't get our hopes up for a port to the Nintendo Switch. The game appears graphically intensive, so there's little chance it will work on Nintendo's more power-limited hardware. Of course, the key to any Final Fantasy game is its cast of characters and the story that surrounds them. The trailer and information that has released so far tell us a lot about what we can expect during the 16th game. The game is set in the land of Valisthea, divided into 6 realms and dominated by mountainous mother crystals, the source of magic in the world. As you'd imagine, all isn't well. Each nation has a dominant in it, a living person who contains a deadly power called an Icon, which can emerge in the form of a titanic monster. Some of these people are like royalty, while others are closer to weapons in how they're treated. The characters we know about so far include Clive Rosfield, who looks a lot like our central protagonist at this stage. He's sworn to protect his younger brother, Joshua, who is a dominant. Jill Warwick, meanwhile, is a close friend to both. This trio has been detailed, but we don't know much more beyond the fact that some form of tragedy will spark a quest for revenge led by Clive. From what we can tell of the gameplay shown off in the trailer so far, Final Fantasy XVI looks like it's set to bring evolution, not revolution, to the series' recent gameplay. Like Final Fantasy XV, it would seem we'll get real-time combat to keep things active, but the system looks a little more reactive and quick. The gameplay so far has also been focused around one player character, rather than a party. This could be a pretty big change for the series after decades of titles where you control the actions of multiple characters as they fight together. Beyond that, we'd assume that we'll get an overworld to explore as in previous entries, and many side quests to complete if we fancy. We're hopeful that this might all be a little more interactive than it was in Final Fantasy XV though. Exploration in that game was a little stilted by the reliance on roads. With a more high fantasy style setting this time, we're looking forward to running around the countryside ourselves a bit more. In a big interview with GameSpot, this idea was actually refuted a little, with producer Naoki Yoshida confirming that the game will have open hub areas, but not a fully open world. He also confirmed that the Icon battles shown in the June 2022 gameplay trailer are going to be a major part of the game, with players able to sometimes take direct control through Clive. Although sometimes Clive will be navigating through these battles as a human, dwarfed by the icons above him. We'll apparently control Clive through multiple time periods as he ages from a teen through to his 30s. So the story sounds like it will have a grander scale than some recent Final Fantasy tales. Yoshida confirmed that the darker tone of the trailers is accurate. This will be the first Final Fantasy in ages to be given a mature rating in many territories. I personally can't wait until summer 2023. What are you most excited about? Let us know in the comments.